Hello, it's Monday, April 27th, 2020, and I want to remember the time I was helping Phil Osterman with his production of Guys and Dolls in New York City, probably in 1978. I remember particularly the casting process. A lot of people turned out. There weren't any major stars for this production of Guys and Dolls. There were a lot of talented singers and actors and dancers for the show, but there was no one starring in this particular production. I do remember somebody who auditioned for the show, unfortunately, who wasn't cast for that particular production, but he went on to fame, a pretty substantial career, particularly in New York. His name was Stephen Bogardus, who would later achieve fame on stage. He may have won a Tony Award, or at least a Tony nomination, for his work in falsettos, I believe. He was wonderful, but Phil didn't cast him in that particular production of Guys and Dolls. But then there was another person who auditioned for Guys and Dolls, and her name was Mary Boylan, and you can look her up on the Internet Movie Database. She had a fairly featured role in the movie version of Tennessee Williams' Night of the Iguana, which I think starred Richard Burton. Well, she was also in Midnight Cowboys in a small role, but a memorable one, as a kind of a homeless bag lady carrying an ironing board in the subway when she encounters John Voight playing Joe Buck. She's a wonderful character actress. Well, for this particular production of Guys and Dolls, we had a rehearsal accompanist available for all of the actors, who would normally bring in their sheet music to sing whatever their audition piece was that they prepared for the show. Not Mary. She brought in, this is what I remember, and it's true. She was in her 60s, maybe 70s, I'm not sure. She's a lovely old woman. She brought in a portable cassette tape recorder with a tape of, I don't remember the song that that she auditioned with, but that was her musical audition. And Phil was very kind and, gave her the opportunity to audition and all. And of course, I knew who she was. I recognized her and all, So that was Mary Boylan. A few years later, she continued her movie career. She was in the movie The Exorcist when Jason Miller, playing the priest in that, when he commits his mother to the mental hospital and he goes to visit her in the mental hospital. Mary Boylan was one of the first mental patients you see in the mental ward and all. So she was a wonderful character actress, Mary Boylan. Be fabulous.